Welcome to the 6 o'clock news at 8 o'clock. I'm your anchor, Chuck Sirloin. Today's top story, trouble causes problems. Good evening, Talkin Trashers. Welcome to episode 123.
Oh boy.
I am one of your hosts, Jim L., and I'm very grateful to be here. We were scraping the bottom of the barrel tonight, and unfortunately, I'm going to be sharing my story. And now to a fellow who went to a bakery because he didn't know what a yeast infection was, Timmy Snyder. Timmy,
know what it is.
You're on. There you go.
I know. I'm on. Hi. I didn't know what a yeast infection was.
Well, that's why you went to a bakery.
So I went to a bakery.
Yeah.
Here we are, Talkin Trash, episode 123. We are changing things up.
Yes, we are.
Needed change, like the LED clock behind my head. We are. It's going to look different. It's going to feel different. It's going to sound different, but it's going to be a good thing. We have I have a plan of how we're going to do the show. After a year and a half, I guess it's time to change things up a little bit, have a little more fun, and I want to focus more on content. And that's why we're doing our team testimonial series here every Wednesday this month. You'll hear Will next Wednesday and Kaisa again at the end of the month. So that's us.
Kaisa?
She's good.
She's always coming in.
So just bear with us. There's going to be technical things. It's going to be like half old show, half new show tonight. And by Sunday, you will see our new format. So let's do that preamble thing.
Now to the preamble.
I know. Why are you up there?
I don't know. I'm not pushing you. Hey, you're the man behind the curtain, dude.
All right. Let's do our preamble.
This is our humble broadcast where ethics and personal anonymity are of the utmost importance. We run this podcast as an act of service to those whose lives have been affected by addiction. We do not do it for profit or notoriety. We place principles before personalities. We benefit from this podcast just as much as anyone else. We all work programs and choose to sacrifice our own anonymity to spread the message that recovery is possible. We do this thing in an attempt to show as living examples that no matter how far down the scale we have gone, our experience can benefit others. Not only is that the 9th step promise, it's our creed we abide by here on Talkin Trash. We feel called to uphold AA and NA's principles. We firmly believe that you can only keep what you have by giving it away.
Please join us for a moment of silence followed by the Serenity Prayer. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. All right, let's go around and meet the team here. Let's do it, and we're not going to do it like that. Hi, everybody. We're going one by one. That's
righty.
You'll never see that again, although I will pull the music out of it.
Ever?
But yeah, I don't know. We're doing a lot of different stuff. So, let's get around and meet the team in a different way and a little more personal rather than me just yammering on about Will being he's amazing. So let's go around and meet everybody. First up on deck is Jimmy, or actually it's going to be Kaisa. We're going to check out Kaisa, see how she's doing. Kaisa, how are you, honey?
Hi, everybody. I'm Kaisa. Hey, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Still riding on the coattails of my weekend at the beach. So really grateful that I was able to get away. Oh, it was so great. We ate ice cream like every day. It was awesome.
I like it.
I was chasing the guy down the beach with my money. I want a rocket pop. A bomb pop. That's what. Hey, hi, how you doing? Still me. And I got a snow cone. So anyway, other than that, life is pretty much the same. Crazy and yeah. And happy to be here. I'm grooving out to this groovy music. And so I hope everybody's having a great day. And I don't know what else to say.
You're doing great.
Camera off of me, thanks.
All right. My name's Tim. I'm an addict in recovery. I've had 2 years sober. I run this podcast. I'm a 40-year-old man. Shit's not going great for me, so I'm trying to change my luck and not keep doing the same old thing over and over again. And I work hard on the podcast to help other people and bring people together, and it helps us. So it's just four addicts checking in with each other twice a week, officially online, and we want to show you that there's hope in recovery. There's laugh. You can laugh in recovery. You don't have to be a glum, miserable. You can come out of it, but it's hard. Recover. To navigate it is not an easy thing to do. There's a lot there that you don't know early on. So that's it. Let's check in with Jimmy Alibo. Hi, Jimmy.
Hello, Timmy.
How are you?
I'm doing a fantastic. It's just a miracle today. Oh, here we go.
Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk. There we go.
Nice.
I'm excited and a little nervous. It's been 54 episodes since I shared my story on the old trash, so things have evolved. So I hope I don't make any faux pas and I don't F and Jeff too much. I wouldn't want to. Rehabs out there at Serenity, Liftoff, and Enlighten. I'm going to kind of touch on when I was at recovery, and hopefully, it kind of hits home for you guys out there. So, I've been in those chairs, and yeah, it's scary as shit. So, all right, Tim. So, what's the format, Tim? What are we doing? Oh, there's Kaisa.
Hi.
I'm gonna sit comfortably rather than all like crazy.
There's a good idea with your squeaky chair.
Let's see here. Just see what's going on. Everybody turn off "Oh Canada." It's probably disrespectful to play half of an anthem.
Okay.
With me, for me, I am. I'm struggling. I am. I'm legitimately struggling. I'm not like gonna use for sure. That's nice. That's a nice change of pace. But like regular life stuff, and I miss my kid. It's just I'm. It's tough to get up every day, and that's a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like you open your eyes, and you're like, this again, really? But in all honesty, like my gratitude is getting better. I realize that I'm lucky to have this recovery or sobriety rather than what I did in the past. So it's refreshing to be at least kind of on top of it. Let's see what happened this week. So just PSA announcement. Our format is changing. Just bear with us as we work it through here. It's you may lose somebody. I'm on top of it. I'm in the background, but it's all for the greater good. And I think it'll be
for the greater good.
Important. All right, let's see.
Important.
In Timmy's life, what happened? My dad. Not last night, the night before. It's 4:00 in the morning, and I'm in the bed. I get up, go to the bathroom, and I'm an idiot, right? Especially at 4 a.m. And I'm just in the middle of like drying a towel, washing my face, and peeing. And I had my pants around my knees, and just that's how I'm walking around the bathroom like that. My pants around my knees. I'm like trying to do 10 things at once. And my dad just walks in at 4:00 in the morning. I'm like, knock the door much? All my shit's on display here, and he had just started Ambien again, which is always a good time with him. And I gotta, I'm not safe at 4 a.m. in my own bathroom now. So, and I can tell you some stories from 4 or 5 years ago. My dad was on Ambien. He just doesn't go to sleep. He gets up, starting projects and driving cars, and so we're gonna have to pay attention to that. But anyway, and the refrigerator's leaking right now all over the kitchen. I left them to deal with that because we do this. I said, if it's an emergency, come get me. So we have listener emails. We have, and that stupid fridge that we have, it like, do you guys have a fridge that beeps like if you leave the door open?
Yep.
It's like a 30-second beep. Like I don't get a chance in the middle of the night. I'm trying not to wake people up, and it's beeping at 2 seconds. So I'm sitting in here at like 7 o'clock, and I just hear things beeping nonstop. I'm like, there's a problem. I go out there, whatever every day, change the filter. He's a nightmare. But they're right, and the iPhone thing and the whole technological thing. That change. Like now they're starting to hit things where they don't know how to handle it, and it's like Timmy, well, I can't. My email's gone. Timmy, I signed up for like they're they're touchy. They need to be watched. That's all I'm saying.
Be gentle, Tim.
And I love them, but I love them. But I'll wrap it up with this. They when I broke my neck, quick story. I broke my neck 2021. I'm at their house recovering, and they we're getting phone calls from doctors and places. I got a neck brace on. Everything's crazy. Um, my mom accidentally gives her Wells Fargo password out to a scammer in the midst of all that.
Oh yeah.
$23,000. Gonzo, gone. 23 grand. I have the screenshot of it. You transferred $23,000. Couldn't get it back. Instant transfer. So we went to the cops, and the cops are looking at me. They're like, this scumbag stole it. He's the guy, because I'm in a neck brace, and I'm all like half a junkie again, and they're like, they separate us, and it was like I was going to be taken away if it was proven it was me. So anyway, long story short, a few months ago, they get a letter in the mail, and they call it the lady, and she's paying retribution right now. So
Good.
you never hear of that. I mean, it's so rare. But
Mm.
I stayed on top. My neck broken. I just kept calling the officers. My parents did the same thing, and yeah, they're getting paid back. Fucking taking 23 grand from somebody. Are you kidding me? Like, what is wrong with people? It's unbelievable. But they got it back. They're getting it back.
That's amazing.
Yep.
And my mom's elderly and she has her phone. She doesn't know how to really use it, but there's nothing on her phone. She can't give anybody anything because I have everything.
Yeah.
Because she,
I hear him like on the phone with somebody. I'm like, all right, I got to stop what I'm doing. I listen to what they're talking about. My dad will come up and be like, I signed up for virus spamware because it came up. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. Anyway, so that's us. We have a mission here. We have a mission to get the word out and get it out in a way that's appetizing to people who are like, a lot of recovery stuff is by the book. It's clinical, and we acknowledge a lot of that, but here we combine everything. And one of the things we like to combine is our team's stories, which is what we are doing right now. I just lost everything in my brain. That's cool. So we have our friend Jimmy on deck here tonight. Jimmy is Saskatchewan, Canada.
That's
he,
me.
He is a widower. Is that what it for a man?
mm-hmm.
That's how it's said, widower?
We'll go with that.
Okay, well, Jimmy
We'll
lost
go
his
with that.
wife to this disease. He is 3+ years sober, kicking it to high gear. A lot of people just listen to what he says. He's very gentle. He's very approachable. He's gonna blow up one day and kill everybody. But for the
Probably.
meantime, we got him.
He was a quiet man.
He's doing good. So
Till he
that's
came
our
home.
boy Jimmy, and we're going to get him on the stage and let him tell his story. It's going to be a little different than what you've heard in the past. It's going to
Yes.
be what he's doing now, how the podcast is part of his story. So I think it's going to be a great listen for our older fan, our regulars, but our new fans too. So Jimmy, do you have daily reflections ready?
I certainly do there, Timothy. All
Alrighty.
righty. Let's
do
get
some
that.
of that.
All righty. So for July the 16th, our daily refraction of the day is a measure of humility. Oh, yes. In every case, pain had been the price of admission into a new life. But this admission price had purchased more than we expected. It bought a measure of humility, which we soon discovered to be a healer of pain. And that's from the 12 and 12, page 75.
All right.
It was painful to give up, trying to give up control of my life. Even though excess eluded me, when life got too rough, I drank to escape. Accepting life on life's term will be mastered through the humility I experience when I turn my will and my life over to the care of God as I understand Him. With life in God's care, fear, uncertainty, and anger are no longer my response to these portions of life that I'd rather not happen to me. The pain of living through these times will be healed by the knowledge I have received, the spiritual strength to survive. There you go, campers. Chew on that one for a while.
Righty. A lot of humility stuff with us lately.
It's key. It's
Hi,
key.
Donald. Hi, Donald
There's
Blow. How
Donald.
are
Hey,
you?
Hey, Donald, Mr. Blow.
Mr. Blow.
Blow fly.
He's a good time. This guy, I like him.
He's a gooder.
Yeah, we have to get him on the show.
Yeah.
Donald, everybody's welcome. I mean, I'm not chasing people down anymore.
Nope.
You want to come on this show? Just come on this. There's a way
Just
to do
show
it.
up.
Any one of us.
Just look at that. Just
Game
look at
time.
that.
It's
Just
fun. We
look
just
at
look
that.
at it. So yeah. So that's so we're talking about humility. Yeah. That we were the last few daily reflections and just for today's and whatnot have been about humility and it's our ego. Jimmy, what do you say? Your ego's your amigo. Is that your?
Yeah. Don't let your ego be your amigo. And that was the first thing my sponsor said to me was, "Kid, you got to be humble."
Yep.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Yeah,
Look at that!
And if you
Look at it. I just had to look at it.
Gotta look right at it. So, yeah, we just Jimmy will tell you humility. Picture him in bike shorts drinking vodka out of a water bottle, doing 40-minute mile or whatever the hell it is. I don't know what we're talking about. But he's
Spin class.
He's
Yeah.
interesting. Jimmy is he was a functional alcoholic, for the most part.
Like a paraplegic lap dancer. Yeah, sure. I could do it, but not really good.
Yeah, you are angrier than a midget with a yo-yo.
Yep.
So like I just find it interesting the life you led. A lot of people are just all they know is adultism or even 15, 16. They start using them rehab, recovery, rehab. It's just thing. They don't live a life. And I did, Kaisa did, and you did. We've all kind of lived lives before entering addiction. And Jimmy lived a couple lives there. He had he played football. He was handsome. He was just
past tense. All these things are past tense.
All these things that they aren't now.
Look at that.
Look at it.
Jimmy's a peach now. I'll tell you what. He is. He's a blessing to have on the show. He's like my kind of my mentor. Like I'm not going to call you
you're in the will. That's why.
Right. Well, that means something. So I just kind of. I know you make an impact on. I know you make an impact on me. And I know you impact other people. So it's like it's been a privilege having you on the show and being able to showcase what you got going on over there. So why don't we get into it, Jimmy? Tell us what's haps in it.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Jim Liable. Yes, I'm putting my anonymity on the line. I don't care. Okay. I suffered in silence and I recover. I scream it because
here.
I'm old. I'm an old fart, and this was given a second chance. And this, first of all, I'll just start off. This is an honor and a privilege. I've said that so many times. And Will and Kaisa and Tim, these are my family. They really are. We're not just co-hosts. We just don't whip this together in 10 minutes. We're texting each other first thing in the morning and all through the day. That's all a lot of shenanigans. But when it comes down to recovery, we're mean business. Yeah. And especially the people at Serenity, Liftoff, and Enlighten, man, I've been there. I've been in those chairs, and it sucks. It really does. I won't go into the whole. I'm a Leo, and okay. So I was raised in a great family. My parents were normies, but I did have alcoholism in my family. My grandfather was a raging alcoholic, and he died of alcoholism. And I didn't really. I came into the program of AA 20 years ago, but not by choice. I wasn't like, oh well, I'll just do this. It's like do it or else. And I just this is a bunch of bullshit. You guys are in a cult. And first thing I heard, I'll say it again. It's a miracle. And I'm like, this is bullshit. Because it was. Because I didn't want to change. I just thought, I'll just stop drinking. That was the easy part. I didn't change my life. I was the same asshole. I just had fewer dents in my car. And I look at how I was a guest episode 69, and that was 54 episodes ago. And I look at how not only how the podcast has evolved, but I was on one of Kaisa's sober pages and just loved it because I can't get enough recovery. This shit's rented and the rent's due every day. And she was going to be on the show and I loved it. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. So I started harassing Tim by email and I sent in my clean date and all that. And then finally had the opportunity. I'm like, oh my God. And now this is something I never thought I would ever do. Yeah. And there's things in my life it's now, what is it, 1,318, who counts? I do that, and a lot of people, that's important. A lot of people don't. But kind of regressing when I first came in, it's like, just stop drinking. That's the smallest part of recovery. It's just not a disease of the body. It's a disease of the mind. And when you have addiction, and whatever your drug of choice, and I heard this the other day, drug of no choice. That's all that kept me going. And it was my solution to everything. It took away all the pain. And I was, as Tim said, I was a functioning alcoholic, a very high functioning. I had my own company for 35 years and I had it all, but I was always chasing, I'll be happy when. And my wife was also an alcoholic. And yeah, I was a fitness instructor. And yeah, I was wearing spandex, drinking vodka near the end.
Awesome.
It was fantastic. And I look back, it's like, oh my God, like checking those rear view mirrors, like never shut the door on the past. And it's like, holy crap, I can't believe I did that. But that was my addiction. And I will never be cured. I don't want to be cured. I thought just by coming to meetings, I had my first sponsor, I fired him because I was smarter than them and I could figure this out. This is a we program, guys. It really is. And it goes back to that daily reflection, a measure of humility. You have to suck it up. And when you start going through this stuff, it's going to just be painful as hell, but you're taking the rocks out of your backpack. And right now, it's all about faith, family, and friends. And when I came into the rooms, I saw the word God, and I'm like, not happening. Raised Catholic, it's like spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch, fear, guilt, and shame, and I got to give money every week. And it's like, if I walk into a church now, I just burst into flames. Thank God it's in the basement. There's fire extinguishing equipment down there. But I can laugh about it. And that's the thing. When you're in recovery, you can laugh about the shit you used to do. But when you're that first year, Kaisa mentioned it when we were doing in the back before we started the show, your first year and then the work starts and people are like, what? Yeah, that first year, it's going to be the highs, the lows, the learning, as Will says, the lessons. And you're not going to be perfect. We're not saints, as it says in How It Works. If I'm a saint, I would be choking on my halo because I still get angry. I'm still a human. Yeah. Just because you're sober and people, harsh reality, guys, there's going to be people in your lives that you're probably never going to talk to again. And that's going to hurt. Like I went to recovery. There was a 3.5, coming up 4 years. And I was engaged. And the first week I was there, and I got the Dear Jim email. And my counselor says, holy shit, I've never seen that shit before. And it's like, there's people in your lives you'll never see. But you know what? You put the past behind you, but the people you are going to meet are genuine. And they are going to be behind you 110%. Yeah. Okay. That being said, there are going to be people out there. Hey, buddy, like we're at recovery together. Can you lend me $50? I got to pay this. You got to be you have to be on your toes because this is all new stuff. Like when you're using it, that takes away all your pain. And I fill the void now with doing a podcast by sponsoring. I got 6 sponsees, and it's. But you know what? I give back because this was given so freely to me, and the opportunity to be on the podcast and to actually spout and give verbal diarrhea for however long I got. But it goes back to like humble. It's sending the product sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. Like when I was living in, like I came from not a privileged background, but we always had nice stuff. But we had to work at it. And when I went to recovery, I lived in sober living in the hood, and it was an eye opener. I was scared shitless. I was unemployed. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a car. I had nothing. I had the clothes on my back, and all my stuff was in my daughter's garage. And first thing I did, I just started attending meetings. And it was I didn't have a car, so I was just doing Zoom 8 hours a day, working out and applying for jobs. And it took me about 3 months. I got this job, and I've got a great sponsor, Donnie. I love him to death. He's like my daddy. Drives me crazy, but I love him to bits. Yeah, the old fart. But like he said to me was, kid, you got to be humble. You got to be humble and get a nice suit because you're going to go to a lot of funerals. And it's true. Out of the 5 people at my recovery house, there's only 2 of us left. That's it. Wow. The other 2 were either overdosed or drank themselves to death under the age of 50. And I'm like, this shit, and kind of regressing back. Sorry, I'm all over the map. You're good. My wife passed at age 47 from the disease of alcoholism. And she was an athlete. She did Ironman, where you bike and swim and do all this crazy shit, but the disease took her. And My relationship with God ended there 12 years ago. And even though I was actually still in the program, I wasn't drinking. And through certain events, I renovated a bunch of young ladies' houses after that. And never ask me for relationship tips. Talk to a leper about skincare tips first. That's all I can say.
Oh, James. Oh, James.
Oh,
Keep the
James. Just the tip. Just the tip.
Just tips.
But but this journey, I always tell my sponsees, if I can give you that gift of recovery, I wouldn't give it to you. And they're like, you bastard. I'm like, no, the journey is amazing. Like, I can't wait to get onto the podcast and talking to you guys and sharing it. Yeah, there's going to be people in the program you're not going to like. I was on a meeting on Saturday, and this one person was there, and I logged off. They always say principles before personalities. Well, I'm stubborn. I'm at that age where if I don't like it, I logged on to another one, and it was great. I continually work the steps. But this is a gift, guys. This really is. And just that road, when you're in active addiction, that road is, there's no rules, and you're doing donuts and you're drinking and driving, there's a seatbelt, but that road's only about 2 miles long, and there's a cliff and a brick wall. But that road to recovery, there's rules, there's regulation, there's traffic, but that road continues on for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And never take your recovery for granted. I had a good friend 2 weeks ago. She phones me up 22 years sober, and she was drunk because of something that happened. And then she wanted to explain why she was drinking. And I'm like, saying, well, if you want to get into a pissing match, let's get into it. But no, I'll see you at a meeting, and I haven't seen her since. And that's the sad part. The sad part.
The sad part.
You said
It's like a Wrigloo.
It is a Wrigloo.
You messed up. You made a mistake.
I have, I'm dyslexia. That's the scary part of addiction. Like when you have cancer or diabetes or MS, people will rally around you. When you're in addiction, you are a leper, and people will avoid you like the plague. And when you're in recovery, they'll still avoid you because they're always sitting there holding their breath, waiting for you to take a bump or shoot up or smoke up or drink. I always say, I hope you die of suffocation. Don't say die, but I hope you suffocate, because I'm going to do it just for today. And you can't say, well, I can hardly wait till I get my first birthday. Yeah, that's a great milestone to achieve for, but you do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and twice on weekends, as Kaisa says. You just, but it's a great life. You know what? I liked myself. And when I was in active addiction of my alcoholism, I didn't want to die. I just didn't like myself, and everybody's story is different. We haven't heard them, but we share that common thread of pain and struggle. And whether you're shooting up or snorting up or whatever, we're trying to hide from ourselves. And it's that absence of, I'm not going to say the word God, a higher power, a power greater than yourselves. We're all here for a reason. And it was pointed out to me, one of my siblings, they're like, wow, like you're doing, I'm like, no, don't say it. Don't say it. I said, I'm just doing it one day at a time. And I just want to help people. When I see someone who's really struggling, I'm in AA, but I actually, when I was at recovery, at my rehab, which was 4 hours north, I'm in Regina, Saskatchewan, which is the southern part of the province. It was a 4-hour drive. My daughters drove it. I have two daughters who are my everything, Katie and Annie. And they lived with two parents in active addiction, and they went through hell. My youngest, my wife died in her arms when Annie was 15 years old. But they are just, I don't want to start getting all dusty, as I call it. I can't get them off the phone. I'm just so proud of them. And I always say, can't put the shit back in the dog. What's done is done. I run the film to the end. They're like, what the hell does run whatever, your beta, whatever the hell you want to call it. Just stop, think, and then say something or do something or don't. How is it going to affect not only you, but somebody? Always think of somebody else first. And I never did that. Yeah. And I really have to keep myself in check. Like, my middle finger's sore sometimes when I'm driving. It's like, you asshole. I'm never going to be perfect. It's like progress rather than perfection. Mm-hmm. But if I can help one person, it's like mission accomplished.
Yep.
But and I'm not scared of, like, I start a new job on Monday, and I've been fortunate. I don't have to work. I want to. I really want to. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm getting kind of back into the trade I was in for 35 years and pumped, but a lot of AI and technology. So you got to teach the old dog new tricks. But it's not, I'm not going to drink over it, you know? And there's been occasions where it was one of those, maybe it was my higher power testing me, where it was actually at my feet, literally. And it was my brand. And I just looked at it, unscrewed it, sniffed it, memories came back, and I dumped it and kept it recycling. And I should have framed it, but I wanted that 15 cents because I'm cheap. But you know what? It's just, you can't let up off the gas, guys. You can't. This shit will kill you. And what it does, it's the disease of the body. Yep. So you dry out while you're at rehab, and then you start working on your mind. We're not wired right, but we can rewire ourselves by helping others. Hey, you go to a meeting, it's free therapy. Don't go to it. I'm sorry for the shrinks out there. You go to a meeting, you get to vent, you get to hear stories, you'll hear a little bit about yourself as well.
Yeah.
And that's the part I love about it. It's like, this bastard read my journal. And it's because we all have been there. So when I can say to somebody, I can say it honestly, me too. Yeah, I didn't shoot up. I identify, and I'm an alcoholic. I was always too chicken shit. I'm sure over time I would have been freebasing my dog at one point. Poor Casey. And just the gifts that I have received, and it's not monetary. It's just, I can wake up and I can shave and I don't cut my face anymore. Because I can look myself in the mirror, and at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, okay, do that inventory. That sounds like a lot of work. It does. But if you put half the effort into your recovery that you did while you're in your addiction, wow, you are going to see results. Not overnight. Yeah, you can get instantaneous relief from your drug, or drug of no choice, as I call it. Yeah, but there's still going to be all the devastation and all the havoc after you come out of your haze, or continues, or you'll die. Alcoholism is the slowest form of suicide out there. If you do fentanyl or meth or all this other, like, Sarah, I'm learning all these. I met my first meth user when I was at rehab, and I'm like, hey, where's your teeth, dude? But you know what? It's an addiction. An addiction is an addiction is an addiction. I don't care. It's still, we need something to fill the void in our soul. I'm not gonna get into the whole, but I have a really great connection with my higher power. I take my dog for a walk, and you know what? It's just like, things that used to piss me off. I walk around Costco and I'll look at people. I'm like, wow, like, I'm so fortunate. I really am. And this podcast is just, it's a gift from you. Like, this is, Tim could give me the boot after this, and I would say, hey, it was a great 54 episodes. So thanks for the ride, pal. But these
Jim,
people,
this,
I know,
we're giving you this to, never mind. Go ahead.
Shut up. But I can't say enough. You got to give this a try, you know. And I've seen people gone to rehab and recovery centers like multiple times until they get it. And I find it's because they won't release. You have to surrender, and a true surrender is, you're not fighting. If you got an AK-47 point at your head, you're not going to be going the fucking dog lips. You're going to lay down your weapon, take the cotton batting out of your ears, put it in your mouth, and shut up and listen. And most people will say, I can do this. 3 worst words when you're starting dry, like when you got all the crap out of your system. I got this. No, you don't. Your addiction, I call it my dark passenger, will be with you for the rest of your life. You know what? I consider it a blessing, not a curse. It's how you look at it. The people that you will meet, and they're not all, it's not all doggies and rainbows and shit. There's going to be shitty days. And probably when you're first starting out, you're going to have more shitty days than good days. And you're going to hear the cliches. Oh, just keep coming back, and it's a miracle. And you got to find a good sponsor. Key. And finding a sponsor that's firm but caring. My first sponsee, I babied him. I ended up burying him. Not literally, but he passed away at age 32 because he didn't. I said to him, Ben, I did miss him every day. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a doctor. You need to go see a professional. I am just a drunk. That's all I am. And I can talk. I can talk to you. I can tell you about alcoholism, but I can't tell you how to adjust your meds or whatever. And he took his own life, you know. And you got to be careful. You got to be on because your addiction. It's out there in the parking lot, and it's doing push-ups, and it's ready to pump you up, and not in a good way. And you'll reach those milestones that first year when you go to, you'll get a cake or a book or whatever. And a very good friend of mine, Joey, the first guy I met at recovery, I was hammered. I drank a 66. My kids threw me in the back of the car and drove me up there. I was hammered. And this guy puts his hand, hi, I'm Joey. I'm like, hi, I'm pissed. And this guy was my idol. I just loved him. It was 5 weeks more sober than I was. And he was living the steps. And we were going to meetings and he was going to get his chip and he went to the see a dealer. And right now, he's in jail, you know? And I'm like, why? And it's like, he goes, you don't understand. I said, yes, I don't understand drug addiction. I understand addiction as an alcoholic. And it's a different craving. And I can't imagine if I ever stuck a needle because I'd be like, oh, I love this. And I don't want to try because I know I have another bender left in me. Do I have another recovery? I'm not taking the chance. And my addiction will try to reward me. Oh, but Jim, you got this new job. Like, you know, one drink isn't going to hurt you. No, it's not. It's going to kill me. Not over, like, I don't know. I don't want to take the chance. I love what I'm doing. It's just for today. And just keep sticking to it. It's worth it. And yeah, you're going to fall down. The success rates are not the highest because it's addiction. It's not like MS where you can go for treatment or diabetes. This is addiction. We're messed, but you know what? We're good mess. We're good people. We're wired wrong, but my God, I can't say enough about the team here, especially Tim. You've created such a great platform, and you are just you're a godsend. You really are. You're a god shot. And people come into your orbit, your universe for a reason. Sometimes for a season, sometimes for a reason. And this is a reason for me because I feel I get more of a buzz than I was ever drunk. You know, when you have that first drink or whatever, it's like, oh, I get that being here and talking to my sponsees and talking to my sponsor. But it's, yeah, like I can't say enough. Yeah, it's going to suck some days. Stick to it. That's all I can say. You are worth it. And I get people, oh, I got to do it for my wife and my kids. Do it for you. Look in the mirror and you have to want it. You can't be forced into into a recovery because all you're going to do is you're setting yourself up for your next relapse. Reach out when you feel tempted or you're just having a bad day because that'll get you through it. And you'll be surprised how people will help lift you up when you think you're back in hitting that rock bottom again. And yeah, I have those days where it's like, Jesus Christ, do I really have to send out 30 texts of just for today, like the AA 24 hour? Do I really need to do that? Well, maybe I might help somebody, you know? So it takes me an extra 20 minutes a day. Big deal. I don't care. I could be dead or living under a bridge or like, what is it, death, insanity, or in jail. Like, I don't like any of those options right now. I know, like, my time here, I would say live the dash. And the dash is on your tombstone is your birth date and then the year of your passing. And the dash is the time you're here. Live the dash. Mine's getting smaller because I'm an old bugger. But for those who are like, just starting out, live that dash because you don't know how long that dash is going to be. Live it to the fullest. Take time to meditate and just be thankful. I used to pray to the God in church asking for stuff. Now I just say thanks. That's all I do is say thanks for the day. Thanks for my dog and my life and all these wonderful people that I know. And I pray for the people that were in my life. You know, they were a part of my life, but I moved on. And you have to do that. And that's going to be tough. but you have to do it because if you start associating with the people that you used to use with or cause you to use again or go back into active addiction, you got to say adios because you're worth it. You are worth it. And this stuff is possible. And they're like, this guy's full of shit. Yeah, I am, but I'm an old guy who's been there. And God, just do it. Just do it. Just try it, and you'll see people there, and you'll meet people, and you'll say, I want what they have. Those are the people. That's your herd. The people that'll huddle around you when you're suffering and feeling low, and they're going to celebrate all those milestones, and you'll celebrate milestones with them. And don't get frustrated like when you first start, when you get out of rehab, and you'll go to a birthday and it's like a 5-year or a 10-year. My sponsor's got 40. He's coming up 47 years. And I just celebrate. Like I made him a cake last year. I don't know. I didn't put anything. Like I would never do that. When I first came into the program, I just thought, yeah, just stop drinking, and I wouldn't talk to these people. I've driven 8 hours to share my story. That was huge for me. I would never do that. But the people I've met, and like we have it's called a roundup in September, and Kais is going to be our main speaker. And I'm pumped about it, and everybody here is, because she's got a great message to share, and Tim does, and so does Will, and you all have a message to share with the still suffering person with addiction, whether it be alcoholic or a drug addiction. Everybody has an addiction at some level, whether it be shopping, drinking, not eating, whatever, but ours will kill us. So just take the time for yourself. You deserve it. You really deserve recovery. It's not going to be easy. I'm not going to burst anybody's bubble. You're not going to walk out of that rehab and there's going to be a brass band and people are going to give you the key to the city. No, you're still an addict and an alcoholic for the rest of your life. But you know what? You got some great tools that you've learned while you're at recovery. I know I did. And I use those every day. And I'm just so thankful that I was given that second chance, because a lot of us don't. And I hear every single day, oh, do you know so-and-so passed? Like, what? He was only like 22 or 32 or whatever. Or they went back out. Like, what? They got 20 something? Like, no, this stuff will take you down. So just be supportive of each other and just have fun. And you will laugh about this shit one day. You will. You're like, no way, I did all this stuff. Yeah, there's stuff I'm not proud about, which I will not share because I probably will get arrested. But it's my past. I can't change. You can only change the future, and how you can do it is plan and just keep going at it. So just, you got this, guys. I mean, when I say this, I mean, you got this. You can have this. It's attainable. So just do the work and just keep coming back. That's all I can say.
Great stuff as always, Jimmy. I have a
It's
few
a
questions.
miracle, Tim.
It's
It's just a miracle.
America.
Okay, I spouted enough.
And that's
Oh, there's
and that
Tim.
sorry, and that's what's fun about our show. We have all these little things. When you do this long enough, I mean, think about it. Is there anybody in your life, not you two, but the rest of the world? Is there anybody in your life that you stare at on a screen for 2 hours a week and talk to about self-deprecating stuff? Probably not. But we have this. We try not to be insular, as we were called once, but we want to. We want to be relatable, and it's hard when you do something like this. You're like a family, like Jim said. We are family, and I'm closer than these guys, and I've been closer with pretty much any other friend I've had in my life. And I'm still standoffish because I'm like, I don't trust anybody, and I trust you guys 99.9999. But like, I just can't trust everybody, and that's gotten me in the past, and that brings me to my next question, which is. First thing I ask. So, like, when I hear your story, all right. So I observe, when I go to rehab, I observe the rich guy coming in with the alcohol problem, and the kid that's got no shoe. He doesn't have shoes, and you see how like the shiftiness happens, and that addict mentality, getting something from somebody, and bolstering our stuff by taking other people's stuff. So I've seen gyms in rehab, either working there or being there. get taken advantage of. And I would always step in and be like, dude, he's an asshole. Do not give him, I don't know,
Mhm.
money or Twinkies or whatever it is. So Jimmy is a different breed, and there's a breed out there. So like Jimmy, let me ask you, was there a
Yes.
was there a pink cloud like start for you? I mean, I know you were on fire for it, and then like you said, did you put yourself in situations where people may have taken advantage of your generosity and mistaking your kindness for weakness, which is not the case. But
Oh
like
yeah.
like have how did that start for you, and like and how do you defend against it now?
Well, there's people I won't mention names. Joey. Yeah, like I lent him like, oh, I need $80 for this and like that, and I'm like, I'm not like, of course I'm like, oh, he's my buddy, he's my hero. Yes, no problem. And I did a tab. It's like a couple $100. You know what? But it's money. You know
Yeah.
what? And people say, why it's money? The biggest thing I lost, Tim, that I'll never get back, time. I'll never get time back that I lost and wasted.
No
I'll get
kidding.
all the I got more stuff now, and I don't mean fancy car. Like I've done all that, and I'm no, I have pride. I have
Yeah.
restoration of hope. But yeah, and there's people like I've helped out, but I did it properly. Like when somebody says, "Hey, I can't afford my rent," okay, who's your landlord?
Right.
Why?
Yep.
And I said, okay, if you're having that much difficulty, how much is your rent? And I did this at Christmas. And this person actually, you worked at the AA office, and they helped me get my next big book and all that. And the stuff for him. But you know what? I went to the landlord, and I just didn't hand him a envelope of cash. And they were how do I pay? I said, no, this is not a loan. Pay it back. I'll be dead by that time. Whatever
Yeah.
you have a chance. And that person, I just, you know what? It's just, I always say that people, it's money. Who cares?
Yeah.
And because it's just monetary. Sobriety, you cannot put a price on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, it cost me 20. It cost me 20 grand to get a big book, but it's all about getting it life. I like myself. I didn't like myself, and I'm sure people understand that when you're sitting in those chairs of those rehabs out there, even if you're watching. Yeah, we didn't like ourselves, and we tried to hide and just isolate. We weren't humble when we were using, and under the influence of our drug of no choice, we just and that's what addiction does. Like, you
Yeah.
don't, when you eat 7 Big Macs, you don't turn into an asshole and crash your car, right?
Yeah.
When you're addiction of eating.
I mean, I
But
have
when
done something similar, but go ahead.
when we were 75 cents a piece, I was doing that, but that
Yeah.
was years ago. But it's, yeah, just I cannot say enough. Just do it. Just
Jimmy,
do it.
is there a difference between a handout and a hand up?
Well, a handout is like, here you go. You don't. There's no. You have to earn it. A hand up is like someone's struggling, and you. It's like the hand of AA will always be there,
Yep.
right? And a handout is like, oh yeah, here, just shut, like hush money. Yeah, okay, whatever. You want $50? Yeah, shut up and get out of my life. And the guy buys a bottle or buys a bump or whatever.
Yeah.
That's not a hand up. That's just a handout. And it's just like,
If you
yeah.
want if you want long lasting sobriety, you have to give back. And you're told to do that both by AA or people. You just give back. It's better to give than receive. And so they tell you, all right, give back. If you want to keep what you have, you got to give yours away. Okay. So now here I am early in recovery, and I want to be sober for once. So all right, what do I gotta do again? I gotta help people. All right,
Mhm.
fine, I'll do that. So that's this podcast, but it's also like life too. Like it's helping people. Sometimes you don't get a reward for it. Sometimes they get you. Sometimes they burn you on some story, and you're paying for their eight ball. Which all they had to say is, "You want to do an eight ball with me?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll pay for it." No, just kidding. I I just I see people take advantage, and I don't like it, and that's not how I
It's part of
operate.
life. That's just
And it is
human
part of
nature.
life. So what's that, Kaisa? I know, like you're a give backer. I love
She's
to
a
hear like
fucker.
what, when you were early in recovery and you were starting to get involved with Facebook groups and helping people. Um, did you find you had to draw that fine line in the sand to protect yourself and protect them? You can enable people by accident.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'd love to hear what you have to say about that.
Well, sure, sure. So when I got involved with the Facebook groups, this one particular person asked me to come help out the sober revolution, and I was like, well, okay, sure. I didn't want to say no. I had no idea what was expected of me,
Mhm.
but you know, I figured it out. And basically, I try to help people. I try to put posts up that are, maybe might strike a chord with somebody and realize
Mhm.
that, there's hope, and, you can get help or ask whatever questions you need. Uh, and not everybody likes it.
No. Right.
So, you just have to, you can't please everybody all the time, but there are other people in there that can help other people.
True.
So, try to, like, under the umbrella of recovery, to, unite people together.
Yeah.
Um, so that's one thing. If I wanted to touch on the money situation, well,
Yeah.
when I got out of rehab, I mean, I was freaking broke, broke. And
Yeah.
a very good friend of mine who is a recovery doctor that I've known for 35 years, he gave me a loan, um, because I had, been gone for a month and hadn't worked. And, I tried to pay him back, and he would not let me pay him back.
Yeah.
And he's just like, do, do this deal, stay in recovery. Um, I love you so much, and you don't ever have to pay it back. And that, I can't even describe how much that helped me at that time. So I knew that I needed to help people. And even though
Mhm.
I couldn't do it monetarily, I mean, now I'm in a better position because little by slow, I'm getting myself out of debt. And I do help some friends every now and then if they need something. Um, but they never try to, like, get me to, yeah, buy them an 8 ball. Okay. Um,
Yeah. Why do you need
um,
80 bucks? You can't just have 20 for lunch. You need 80 for lunch. All right, well,
Yeah.
whatever. I trust
Mm.
right,
you.
right.
I trust you.
Yeah.
I'm early in recovery. I love everybody.
But, and another thing is, you know, offering a listening ear, without judgment is huge, let somebody talk, let them be heard.
Yeah.
And that is a huge help. I don't have all the answers. I really don't, but I have an ear and I can listen.
Yeah.
And if you want me to give you, my experience, strength, and help, I can do that too, and I will. Um, but having that ear, that is part of giving back, because people need to be heard. People need to know that they're, that whatever's going on, those are valid feelings.
Yeah.
And then usually once they start talking, they can work through it.
Right.
And then they're like, oh
Hmm.
my gosh, okay, I felt like that, but oh my God, I got it out. And I do that all the time, which is great. Most people get to listen to me, you guys. Um, oh, oh, oh.
That's good.
But so yeah, I, that's how I
Yeah.
give back.
It's hard.
One of
It's
the
I
ways.
mean, it's tricky. But like, did you like develop this sixth sense? Like I kind of have it. I mean, you have it when you get sober. You just everything's new and everything's you're over trusting or whatever it is. Um, that line that you draw in the sand between being taken advantage of and helping somebody, and a timely gift is a very important thing. There's somebody, if you had an extra 1,400 bucks and you had to pay for this guy's rent, he's a good guy and he just needs he needs his 30 days taken care of going forward. He needs that right
Hmm.
now to get sober. I mean, and even those guys can burn you, but it doesn't matter. Like you get credit. It doesn't, you know what I mean? But you are, for the most part, your asshole barometer is going to pick up on a lot of the bullshit. But early on, it's easy. I was one. I was like Jim when I first went into recovery. I was getting 600-700 bucks a week from disability. I'm like, what? I was buying
Hmm.
everybody vapes and buying dinner and just leaving myself short trying to help everybody else. And it's
Mm.
it's admirable, but it's stupid. And you're probably
Were
and
you trying to people please though, Tim?
Absolutely. Oh yeah,
Hmm.
that's
Yeah.
that's my point. I was people please. I was doing everything I
Sorry.
could to make these people like me, and I was new to everything, so I didn't know what to do. So I wanted everybody to to like me. I was new in recovery. I just went through all this shit, and yeah, I gave away a lot. I'm sure helped some people. Other people are just like getting what they can out of you, and that's part of the drug world, being broke, stealing shit. So it's hard. We deal with that. That's part of our territory here with the show with recovery and how we do everything. We do it cautiously because this is a touchy subject. It's a really touchy subject, and it's very there's no answers. There's just suggestions and support and an ear. Now, let me ask you, Kaisa. You said you lend an ear. That's so important, and you're right. It is. And I realized for myself, I didn't know how to listen to anybody when I was sober. And well, like when I first get sober, you start to realize the things you're not doing right, and you're like, oh shit, okay, this is how a human being acts. And surrounding yourself with people like that is important too. But you get sober, and you're like, what I lost my train of thought. These graphics are confusing me. You
Just a
lending
tad.
lending an ear. So like I realized I didn't know how to listen to anybody. I didn't listen to anybody say anything. They were talking. I was thinking about the next thing I was going to say about me and how it affects me, and that's how I listened to people. I didn't, and like in recovery now, I can shift down into third gear and listen to somebody what they have to say. I listen to my co-host intently. And it's a new skill for me because I'm such a selfish egomaniac drug addict that it's all about me, and I don't want anybody's advice, and that's how I ended up where I'm at. So listening, I just want to throw that out there. What do you guys think? Is that like a learned skill, or is that something that you either have it or you don't, or what do you think here?
Well, for me, I mean, before I didn't give a shit what anybody had to say. I mean, I'd look at them and go, and I wouldn't listen to them.
Right.
But as time went on, as I worked my program and I got out of ego,
Yeah.
and got some humility, I realized that listening to somebody, I mean, I want to hear what they have to say, but it like deepens my connection with that person, that I can, and I can relate to what they're trying to say in some way, shape, or form, But I mean, I know in the beginning, I couldn't fucking listen to I couldn't listen to anything. I was more worried about what I had to say.
Right.
But yeah, as time goes on, I mean, I do want to hear what you have to say.
Right.
Mhm.
Some people say some really crazy stuff. They, they need to get it out.
And it is interesting. I mean, let's be honest. I've seen some shit in the rooms in sober houses in recovery, working there, whatever. You see some shit, and it's entertaining. I mean, but people are nuts, and they're literally you're watching people go to the grave and leave their kids behind and all that shit. It
Mhm.
just sucks, and you just don't want that anymore. So like, it's just you know yeah, it's tough. All walks of life fall in. It just, my advice: just worry about yourself early on when you're out there on your
Yeah.
own. And you have $50 in your pocket and you're walking past the liquor store or whatever.
Mhm.
Just put your guard up. Don't be gullible. Me, I didn't know what the hell's going on. All of a sudden, I'm this 37-year-old man amongst all these 26-year-old kids, and I'm just giving it away. And good for me, but like at the same time, we need to take care of ourselves too and our responsibilities, and that's pretty much the point of it all. So, yeah, Jimmy, just give me a little wrap up of what you do now
What?
and how you live your daily recovery. I know it. I think it's fantastic.
Oh,
Look at this. Watch
Timmy,
this.
thank
Watch this.
y'all.
Want to see something funny?
Okay.
I saw.
That is funny.
Gotcha.
Never a dull moment.
You forget I can see you backstage.
Oh, I know you
Oh,
can.
I got no
Yeah,
pants on. Yay!
that was so much
Yay!
fun.
I
All right,
do.
Jimmy.
No, you can't tell.
All
Look at
right,
my ear.
Well, I'm not a
well,
red
no,
shirt. Yeah, see,
you're
you're a
both.
red shirt. I'm a kind of a maroon shirt.
Well, I mean, they're all.
Maroon.
Yeah, but
I'm an ultra maroon.
if you were Captain Jean-Luc Picard and I was Lieutenant William Riker, we would be in the right uniforms, and
Yes.
Kaisa would be Spockish, and Will
Spockish.
is don't know if he's an android or just a blue human being. Maybe some avatar.
Blue
He's
Man
from the
Group.
Blue Man Group.
The Blue
Yep.
Band Group.
Blue Man
So
Group.
yes, we're just idiots, but we do it. We have good.
But we love them.
Support.
We
We
love
love
them.
them.
We do. We
My
love
God.
them.
So yes, we're just going to kind of go through. Jimmy, what do you do now?
What do I do now?
Yeah, to maintain your sobriety.
Live the steps to the best of my abilities, and I'm sure the guys in the rehabs are going, he's full of shit. Yeah, I am full of shit. That's why my eyes are brown. But you know what? You just gotta stick to this. When I first came in 20 years ago, I thought this is a cult, and there's phrases like I gotta learn the Serenity Prayer, and I gotta stick around this shitty coffee. And well, best thing is you could smoke in the rooms back then, but it's evolved, and this program is almost like it's 90 years old. They just had the World Conference in Vancouver, and I had a whole bunch of friends that went, and they had a blast, and they were sending me pictures of all these people in Vancouver, and the next one's in St. Louis. I'm going to book my tickets, so look out, kids. But you just gotta just live it, and yeah, they're all about, as Will says, lessons. And yeah, I fucked up. I went back out. It's okay. Nope, we don't judge. Because if I judge, if I stick a point a finger at you, I got 3 pointing back at me. Yep. I'm no better than anybody else. I will take you at face value where you are today. If you're struggling, I'll do my best to help you. And if you're doing great, I'll celebrate that with you. I will not put myself first and, oh, well, I did. Well, look at me because I got so many days or years ahead of you. No, I'm still an alcoholic. I will be an alcoholic. And I'm happy that I'm an alcoholic. People are, you're crazy. I wouldn't have the life that I have now because I have I've admitted that I'm powerless over my addiction. There's a power out there. You can call it whatever you want. It's greater than me. And by giving it back, that's where I get the buzz. Mm-hmm. So just try it. Try it, Mikey. Mikey likes it.
Have you ever met a guy, 20 years sober, comes in to be a speaker, and he says, didn't do the steps, no spiritual awakening, didn't give back, happy sober 10 years. Have you ever heard that? I never have.
Or the guys I've had the sponsees who say that go back out and, oh man, life's so much better. My wife loves me. My kids, I got a brand new car and a job and a raise. I've never heard that either. No. It doesn't. If you try it, and your addiction will tempt you all the time. And the craving has, I don't have it anymore. But I can't sit and just idly go, oh well, yeah, you're never cured. Good now. Yeah. I'm a recovering alcoholic.
So where do we stand on that as a show? I do whatever you guys say. Are we recovered or are we recovering? And that's kind of a stupid. It really doesn't matter, but like it's a thing. It's like, think about it.
I'm recovered from the obsession.
The obsession.
But I'm never recovered. I'm never going to be a recovered alcoholic. I cannot drink as a normie. That first drink will take me back out, and it'll be worse than when I was actively out there. Yeah. I'm not taking the chance. Life's too good.
Yeah. Well, so I'll give you that. That's for sure.
I say I'm recovered for today.
Yeah, I like that.
For today.
Yep.
24 hours is all I got. And, I have tools in my belt. I've got, which are my people, my podcast, my home group, prayers, all that stuff. I have to remain sober for the next 24 hours.
Right.
Just for today. It's all we really have.
Just for today. It's all that we really have. It's like, it's not cliche. It's legit. You live it. Yeah. I mean, it's cliche when you don't understand it. You live it. You live recovery. I didn't realize I had to live it. I didn't realize I had to say, I'm an addict. I don't want to say that.
Nobody does. It's not usually on somebody's to-do list. Oh, I will admit that I'm an alcoholic or a drug addict. Nah, nobody wants to admit that because you got to be humble. Right. Goes back to the daily reflection. Humble yourself. You're not king shit at Turd Island, guys.
Right.
You're like everybody else out there. Oh, I got a little doggy here. Hey, Casey.
Casey.
Want to say hi?
Hi,
yes.
Casey.
And one of the great gifts of sobriety kids, sometimes you get a
Casey.
dog. I got a dog. I got this little guy for my sponsor on my first year of sobriety. I'm like, where's my chip? And he gives me this dog that poops everywhere. I love him to bits.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. Yeah. So there are gifts out there that are just waiting for you, but you gotta put that hand up. Don't ask for the hand out. Put your
Right.
hand out. You're going to just get instantaneous gratification. Work
Right.
for it. It'll pay
Yeah.
off in the long run. That road to recovery never ends.
Right.
Don't let up on the gas, kids.
Yeah. Kaisa, what do you got going on this week?
Same old stuff. Nothing really special. Just
Right.
I think I don't know, some meetings and work, of course, and
I'm watching some great shows. Holy shitballs! Me and Will are both watching Foundation on Apple TV, and I can tell because where he stops it, I have to watch it there because he's using my account. So that's all. Oh my! What a show! Three seasons. It's so ridiculous and immersive and big. It's so big.
How big is it?
It's so big.
It's so big. Oh my god!
really a lot.
So Will trusts my my advice that I give for TV, and he watches whatever I tell him to watch. He learned that one quick with me, and it's one of those things where like, he's just a good dude. Like we just have to relax a little bit. You know what I mean? Everybody's so full of themselves and so self-absorbed. There's no reason to be. Your life is way harder living that way because you insulate yourself from people who are going to help you. And I don't trust people. I said it earlier. I don't trust anybody. But at the same time, like, I'm letting my guard down, and it's making a difference with my attitude. And man, I should be dead right now. I really should be. And maybe if it wasn't for the show, maybe I would have been. I don't know, but it's not for me to decide that. It's a gift. It's a miracle. And Will, everybody, you guys are great. And we're about to morph into Talking Trash 2.0. And it's going to be different. It's going to be so much. It's going to be good. We're going to bring you some real content, important content, stuff that you need to hear, and stories. We're not going to go nuts with guests. We can run a show by ourselves 8 times a month if we want to, but we like to have guests on just to give a little perspective. So we usually end our show with Just for Today. I didn't finalize this graphic, so it's a little. I don't even know where the back is.
Yeah,
it's just a rotator. I don't know. I don't know.
What is that?
Handlebars from a bike.
Salute? Okay.
And maybe headlight.
Salute.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So let's read Just for Today. Let's see if this works out right. All right. Somewhere along the way, many of us have developed strong feelings of inadequacy and inferiority. Deep inside was a voice that continually cried out, "You're worthless." Many of us learned to recognize this characteristic of low self-esteem in our early recovery. Some of us may feel that our feelings of inferiority were all our problems began. Our inferiority problems is where it all began. Whether we learn from this low self-esteem in sometimes simply by creating or accepting a service position, or perhaps our phone begins to ring and for the first time people are calling just to see how we are. They don't want any from us, and I get those calls. I'm like, I'm good, bye. We'll be done. Next, we get a sponsor, someone who can teach us that we are worthwhile and believes in us until we can believe in ourselves. And isn't that the truth right there, boy?
Yep.
You don't believe in yourself. You don't trust yourself, and you let somebody else do that for you. And then, when you're ready, he'll give it back to you and you can deal with it. And that's usually how it works, which is nice. So, all right. I'm just, you know what I'm doing right now? I am rambling, trying to find a graphic that I can't find. So that doesn't matter.
How about just look at that? That's always a go-to.
Yeah, we can do that. I wanted to
look at that. Oh. Okay. Hi, kids.
Next, we get a sponsor, someone who teaches us that we are worthwhile and believes in us until we can believe in ourselves. Like I just said, it just threw me way off. Yep, that's how it is. And let me just get back to that thing. We are not who we have built ourselves up to be. Low self-esteem doesn't go away overnight. It takes us years to literally get in touch with ourselves and help the other. So there you have it.
And,
yeah,
and that's so true, Tim. Like, and I cannot say it enough. Sponsorship is key to your sobriety, and it also for your sponsor's sobriety.
Yeah,
it's because you're giving back, and like you're the sponge of all. You can find somebody who will make you cry, make you laugh, and you'll be pissed off with them, and you're like, "Oh, you bastard," or whoever.
Yeah.
But you know what? They're there to help you. They're the hand to up, not the hand out.
Right.
Just listen to them, shut up, and listen. It's harsh, but just do it. Like my sponsor, Don, he's 47 years, and he says, "Jimmy, I'm so proud of you." I said, I'm so blessed to have you in my life, because I could have picked somebody that could have been just easy peasy lemon squeezy, and we could have just coast through it. Well, I'd be back out there. I'd be dead by now. No, I needed someone who had what I wanted. So find somebody that you look up to, respect, and is going to kick your ass in a good way. So just take your time, find a sponsor, and just work those steps, and it's going to be fun. Oh yeah, it's just amazing.
It's all right. Fine. Let's see here. I can't find it. Right, never mind. Oh, here it is.
America. Oh, that's just
welcome
to America.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
If you hear that in a meeting,
everybody.
Run!
I know, right? We are continuing our team testimonial series next Wednesday. We're gonna do this more often, I think. With Will, me and Will are gonna sit down and figure this thing out together.
Who's our guest on Sunday, Tim?
Sunday, our guest. I don't know, Jim. Why don't you tell the fans?
I believe. Well, let me just thank you very much, Tim. I believe our guest on Sunday will be Michael Oxley, who is a former host, and he's crazy, and he is from New Jersey. So he'll be sitting on the Coib, eating in a boipin and eating dirty wines.
Yeah, Mike is something else.
Mike,
he's
amazing. We love him.
Keep him under wraps. He's a good dude, and he's got a lot to offer. And we're gonna talk about a specific thing on Sunday, and kind of unpack that, and we'll figure out what that is on Sunday.
Okay.
Thanks everybody for watching and listening. We appreciate you, and it'll be good. We're moving together as a team. Everything's gonna be freaking phenomenal, and live that dash, kids.
Yep.
I get no